want to support the platform just in case anything like this happens again, you can do it by way of PayPal, Patreon, Cash App, and also by the Anchor. And you can also further support the platform by way of going to the Teespring store or the shoe store that is located in the comment section below. So I just want people to note that this is taken from Time magazine, right? And this is what they stated. The Grammy award-winning rapper Kanye West, who now goes by Ye, has become persona of non grata after promoting anti-Semitic tropes about Jewish power and control and making anti-Semitic comments in interviews and on social media. In one case, he was banned from Twitter after tweeting that he would go DEFCON 3 on Jewish people. Adidas stated this as their comment against what Kanye stated. Quote, Adidas does not tolerate anti Semitism and other sorts of hate speech. Ye's recent comments and actions have been unacceptable, hateful, and dangerous, and they violate the company's values of diversity and inclusion, mutual respect, and fairness. Now, the most interesting thing is this part here, right? And yet again, this is coming from Time magazine. They state Adidas founder Adi and Rudy Dassler were members of the Nazi Party, joining in 1933, the same year Adolf Hitler became chancellor. The German shoe brand, launched in 1920s, was one of the many German companies to cooperate with the Nazi Party during the 1930s and the 1940s. The Adidas Corporation site does not mention this history, framing the period of the 1900s through 1949 as only the start of our history. They later on stated, right? Every major firm that you've ever heard of in Germany that is still around and was around then was implicated in the crimes of the Nazi state. While there were small companies like Hugo Boss that grew by making the uniforms of SS officers, many other companies faced little demand for clothing because textiles were diverted for military uniforms. So the Nazis shifted their factory sites into armament productions through the clothing companies, mostly did not run these operations. Now after that, they wanted to make sure to mention this, right? Quote, Adidas didn't make anything vital to the Nazi program until the plant was converted to making munitions during the war, like most German producers of things people wore. The firm almost certainly didn't make the munitions. So I just want people to realize that what they tried to do is sort of kind of absolve Adidas of any type of wrongdoing towards the Jewish people, even though, right, the people who founded Adidas are Nazis. They are card carrying members. So if that was them, what does that then say for the lineage of their family? What memorabilia do they have in a treasure chest in their mansions up in the attic, beyond yonder, right? What's directly up there? What memorabilia do they have from those days that were kept, right? How many of those Nazis during that time that were trying to flee, how many of them did they hide, right? How many of them did they help, go across, run away from the continent to other places around the world so that they could live out the rest of their years in hiding, never to be found, and never to face any type of prosecution for the crimes that they committed? I wonder. I bet you if they would do an actual deep dive, you know, on those families, that they would find out a great deal. But I promise you they won't do it. Promise you they won't do it. And this is the other question that I pose to people, right? So if you found out that two of the founding fathers of a very old shoe company were card carrying members of the Nazi party, right? And they were more than likely into a lot of stuff. And they knew a lot of things and they helped out with some things on the side, unbeknownst to a lot of, other people or the general information that is out here. Would you then decide after years and years and years and decades and decades and decades goes by, right? after these people have supposedly changed their ways and all this other type of stuff, that this is not them and yada yada yada, would you then decide to accept their money and to be the face of the running side of the company of that sport? Would you then decide that, you want to have your face plastered and represent a brand that had a hand in doing very heinous and despicable crimes to your people, unfathomable and unmentionable things? That's all I'm asking. Would you as a person do it? Or would you just, do it, right?